House will be in order. The chair lays before the House a communication from the Speaker.
The Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C., November 17, 2023. I hereby appoint the Honorable Scott Franklin to act as Speaker pro tempore on this day. Signed, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
The prayer will be offered by the guest chaplain, my pastor, Reverend Dr. John Fullerton from First Presbyterian Church of Lakeland, Florida.
Will you pray with me? Eternal God, before whom nations rise and fall, by whose hand you establish those who govern, as you have established these men and women to serve in this chamber, bless them now. Let your face shine upon them. Be gracious to them. Give them your wisdom and deep humility and a steely-eyed determination as they address and solve great problems. These representatives come from the beautiful diversity of your people. Give them unity in diversity. Help them speak the truth in love. Give them eyes to see each other as friends and not foes, as colleagues and not competitors. For those today whose heart is heavy with personal issues, concerns for family or friends or self, be for them the God of goodness, compassion, and healing. And at the end of this day, may our country be better because these souls have gathered, and may your glory be recognized through their work. Amen.
Pursuant to Section 3Z of House Resolution 5, the Journal of the Last Days Proceedings is approved. Now let's join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pursuant to Clause 4 of Rule 1, the following enroll bill was signed by the Speaker on Thursday, November 16, 2023.
H.R. 6363, making further continuing appropriations for fiscal year 2024 and for other purposes.
The chair lays before the House sundry communications.
The Honorable the Speaker, House of Representatives, sir, pursuant to the permission granted in Clause 2H of Rule 2 of the Rules of the U.S. House of Representatives, the clerk received the following message from the Secretary of the Senate on November 16, 2023 at 10:15 a.m. that the Senate passed without amendment H.R. 6363. Signed sincerely, Kevin F. McCumber, Acting Clerk. The Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, sir, pursuant to the permission granted in Clause 2H of Rule 2 of the Rules of the U.S. House of Representatives, the clerk received the following message from the Secretary of the Senate on November 16, 2023 at 11:35 a.m. that the Senate passed Senate 106, Senate 1510, and Senate 3000. Signed sincerely, Kevin F. McCumber, Acting Clerk.
Pursuant to Section 3Z of House Resolution 5, the House stands adjourned until 11 a.m. on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023.